Hi, I'm Cam Weiland. Tone, along with author voice, is one of those things that can be difficult for us to get our heads around since, to some extent, it just happens. But tone, even more than voice, is something we can and should deliberately plan for the good of our stories. Think of tone as sort of like a flavor. If your reader takes a spoonful of your story, is he going to get a mouthful of sweet, salty, tart, or an unpalatable glop that includes a little bit of everything? Our first consideration when it comes to tone should be consistency. We want to set up and plan our novels in such a way to first guide reader expectations and then completely fulfill them. Unless you're trying to pull a happiest little elf a la Lemony Snicket, it's not likely to be a good idea to start out with a whimsical tone only to turn the story into something dark and graphic. When we start a Terry Pratchett novel or a Tim Burton movie, we know exactly what we're going to get because the tone is set right from the beginning. To a large extent, your tone will probably choose itself, but because it will influence the entirety of your story, it's still something worth thinking about and playing around with. Are you going for light and happy, dark and grungy, straightforward and businesslike, poetic and ethereal? These choices will dramatically influence your reader's perception of your story. Your plot and characters can stay the same, but if your tone changes, the whole story changes as well. So, when you're beginning a story, take a few minutes to play around with the tone. Write your opening line in a variety of different tones. Play around with narrator voices and try to explore them from different emotional angles. When you're finished, evaluate what you've written for which you enjoyed most and what will best evoke the type of story you're wanting to create.